Hi, Bernth here. Welcome back to my Q&A series, where I take time to answer all your questions concerning technique, theory, gear and many more topics. This week I'd like to answer a question about hammer-ons, pull-offs and bending. Tyler sent me a message on Instagram last week. He wanted to know if I have any tips on how to work on hammer-ons, pull-offs and bending. He's been using these techniques for ages in a basic way and he's searching for something a bit more technical and cool. So first of all, thank you for messaging me, Tyler. Quite a lot to talk about this week, so let's get started. The way I'm using hammer-ons and pull-offs very prominently is during speed picking sections. These legato techniques help me to break it up a bit and to make it more interesting. I want to play a bit over a jam track I recorded for my online course, focus on the combination of fast alternate picking and legato phrases. As you can hopefully hear, you can come up with some interesting licks this way. When you only play fast alternate picking and don't pay attention to your phrasing and breaking the patterns up a bit, it sounds like you are practicing your scales over the track. So this is a cool way to get some musicality into your shredding. But how do you work on that? First of all, I focused on training the pairs of fingers that have a hard time hammering and pulling off, combining index finger and ring finger and middle finger and pinky. That helped me a lot when I was building up strength and allowed me to get to higher tempos fairly quickly. Here's how I worked on that in the chromatic scale. Speed is not the most important factor here. You want powerful and good sounding notes. There should not be a difference in sound between the picked notes and the hammered notes. Change this exercise around when you include it in your practice or warm-up routine. Combine the index finger with your pinky and middle finger and ring finger for the next exercise. Keep doing that, practice to a click and you will be able to take this technique to another level. Once you did that, you can focus on the creative aspect and write a couple of licks that combine alternate picking and hammer-ons or pull-offs. Here's a lick I wrote for this video. As for bending, I worked a lot on my intonation in the last couple of years. That is pretty much the most important aspect here. Nothing sounds more terrible than a bend that is out of tune, even if you missed the pitch by just a very small amount. To work on that, you should pick a scale or mode and bend to the different intervals. When I picked the B-flat minor scale, for example, I could bend from B-flat to C to practice my whole tone bend, or from B-flat to D-flat to work on my minor third bend. Then I could also bend from C to D-flat, for example, to work on my semitone bend. As an exercise, I always play the short phrase before I bend, so I can hear the sound I want to get by bending. Since I'm working with a scale here and I'm not just bending to random notes on the fretboard, I could also practice these workouts to a jam track. This way you can clearly hear it when your bend is out of tune. That's also a great exercise to develop your ears, since there's no real visual indicator. You can't really see if you are bending correctly by looking at the fretboard. As for cooler bending techniques, you should start working with different intervals. A popular example is the unison bend. Let's stick to B-flat minor. Here I could play E-flat and F, a major second interval, and bend up E-flat to F. That's why it is called a unison bend. So you get a lot of dissonance before you reach the right pitch, but then you end up with the same two notes. Here's how that sounds. Once you worked on that, you should experiment with different intervals to make it more interesting. That's all we have time for this week. Hope this helps you, Tyler. Send me a message or leave a comment if you have any questions yourself, and I will feature them in the next episodes. Thanks a lot for watching and see you soon. Thanks again for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. It really helps me out a lot. Just here to tell you that my 10-week online course 10 Steps to Modern Shredding will be out very soon. We are looking at over 6 hours of lessons, over 70 pages of exercises you can download, and 15 high-quality exclusive jam tracks you can work with. So it's gonna be a great deal, only available on my website. I'll keep you guys up to date. Thanks for listening and see you in the next video.